This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. Let's talk about this guitar. What is it? Well, first of all, it's not mine. I'll tell you more about that in a second, but it's an Epiphone Les Paul Special Lite, according to the truss rod cover. You can see there, basically, probably the cheapest Epiphone Les Paul you can get, bolt on neck, and just a budget entry level Epiphone Les Paul. It belonged to an ex-student of mine called Chris, who got in touch with me and said, this was his first guitar and he was moving it on to make way for something a little bit more, on the next rung up the ladder, basically. Would I like to document the guitar and then pass it on to Zoes Place? So that's what I'll be doing, once I've finished this video, basically. And I'll tell you all about it and what my conclusions and thoughts are, and we'll have a look at some specs for it and everything right after we've heard how it sounds in a mix. And as usual, there's a full tab for that piece of music in both Guitar Pro and PDF formats, along with a clip of me playing it and a jam track for you to play along with for yourself. All of that is up on my Patreon page. There's the address, and the link is, as always, in the description. $3 or £2.50 a month, and you get access to all of these additional bits and pieces that go along with these YouTube videos. A massive, heartfelt thank you to everyone, each and every one of you who support me in that or any of the other ways, all of which are linked down below. A little bit of housekeeping to go through before we move on. What was I plugged into there? I was, as usual, using Positive Grid bias amp to record with, and the crunchy sort of power chord stuff was through this British Rock 50 preset. Obviously an orange amp. The strummy stuff was my usual go-to clean sound, this Dumble preset. The clean lead guitar parts were this JTM 45 simulation, and the high gain shouty stuff was this Monster VH4 based on the diesel VH4 amp. That was the setting I was using for that. And curiously, what just as a little side point, the thing this guitar has kind of confirmed for me is that whilst I love the sounds I'm getting out of bias amp, it has been kind of just at the back of my mind a little bit that, well, am I just hearing the software? Am I hearing the guitar, or am I just, could you plug anything into those settings and get the same sound? Well, you know, I don't know if you've seen any of my other videos where I'm using those tones. Quite clearly, this guitar sounded different to my usual, like my signature model and stuff that you usually hear plug through those settings. So it has kind of just, you know, reassured me a little bit that you know, those amp sims are, you know, an honest representation of what the guitars that I'm doing on the channel sound like. Anyway, as I say, this guitar is going to be going on to Zoes Place, which is, if you don't know about that, it's a local charity around here that I support. They're basically an organisation which provides palliative, respite and end-of-life care to children under 5 with terminal illnesses, and yeah, they'll probably end up using this guitar as a raffle prize, or you know, putting it up on eBay to raise a few quid for it like that. So it's going to a worthy cause. So let's just talk about this guitar. I'll give you a few more facts and figures. Let's take a look at some specs for the guitar here. The 1st fret and 12th fret neck profiles, nut width of 43.3mm and a weight of 3.14 kilos. That's what's going on there. Now, Chris, when he sent me the guitar, did actually send me a spec or a link to what he said was this guitar. Here it is here. I don't think this is actually the guitar that I've got in my hands though, because as you can see, this is the Epiphone Les Paul Special VE Vintage Sunburst. Looks a lot like this one, but it's got like a satin or worn finish, as Epiphone refer to it, but you know, it's an equivalent model. Let's have a brief look at the specs for this one, and hopefully it will be you know, kind of close enough that you get the basic idea. We've got a poplar body and a mahogany neck, Pau Ferro fretboard, all the usual stuff, 24 3/4 inch scale, 22 medium jumbo frets, and as you could probably hear from that demonstration there, the ceramic humbucker pickups. So it is what it is. It's you know, it's a entry-level budget bolt-on neck Les Paul copy. I enjoy playing it though, as you could probably see in that you know, in that clip that where I was playing the guitar, you know, that piece earlier. It's a fun little guitar to play. It brings back a lot of memories for me. This, not because I've owned one of these in the past, but my first ever sort of gigging guitar, my first ever electric guitar was a Woolworths Top 20. Yeah, Google it. Horrible thing. But then I got a satellite Les Paul copy, which was, you know, a kind of budget bolt-on neck Les Paul copy, and this is, I would say, the kind of 21st century equivalent of that. It's not a bad little guitar. Does it sound like a Les Paul? Well, clearly, you heard in that demo there, no it doesn't. But that's not to say it doesn't have a pleasant enough sound. It's sort of got like more of a hot Fender kind of tone to me. I'm plugged into the Positive Grid Spark at the moment on a twin reverb setting, and if I just kind of have a little bit of a noodle. There's more than just a hint there of kind of that Telecaster twang going on there. Let's talk about the pickups. I'll put a little bit of B-roll up here so you can see the pickup readings. I shot this yesterday, so I've completely forgotten what the values are, but I do remember that the bridge pickup is quite hot. About 13k, is it reading there? I can't remember. But you know, quite a hot bridge pickup, which, you know, it is what it is. It's a hot ceramic budget humbucker, but as I say, it just does a nice kind of tone. It gives me that. You know, that's a sound I could use. And in terms of the playability and everything, well, nothing. A guitar's playability should be noticeable for two reasons, really. Hopefully, it's noticeable because it is absolutely exquisite and, you know, an absolute dream to play, much like either my signature guitar, link in the description, or the Yamaha Revstar that I've been rattling around on lately. So that's one reason why a guitar's playability should be noticeable. The other reason is that it's absolutely dog awful with sharp fret ends and fret buzz and a high action and all that sort of stuff. So that's another reason why, you know, playability would be a thing of note. And can I just tell you about this guitar? The playability is neither of those two things. It sits absolutely squarely in the middle ground. It's playable, it's comfortable. You're never going to pick this up and think, dear me, is this a private stock PRS? Oh no, it's an Epiphone. You're never going to think that. But neither are you going to think, my dearie me, this is some dog rough, awful, cheap and nasty heap of junk. It plays nicely. It produces sounds that are, you know, usable. One thing I did notice when I was on the high again setting on that piece I recorded earlier is that when you do things like, you know, flick the pickup selector, you do get that kind of that mechanical sound of like flicking the switch does translate into like a thunk that comes through the amp. So it's, you know, I would suggest these pickups are possibly a little bit microphonic. So, you know, high gain and high volume might be something of a struggle if you're getting that kind of squealy feedback. But, yeah, this is a guitar squarely aimed at the beginner guitarist, the bedroom guitarist, you know, to take their first steps on their baby steps on the guitar. And for that purpose, it is absolutely ideal for the role. You know, it plays nice, it produces good sounds, usable sounds, in fact, and, you know, it gets the job done. And it's got that sort of, you know, that sort of stripped down, Les Paul Jr. kind of vibe going on a little bit with it, you know. I like this guitar. I've had fun playing it, and I'm sure whoever gets this as a result of it going to Zoes Place is going to have some fun with it as well. So there you go. If you've got one of these, and you can post in the comments if you've got an actual spec for this particular guitar, which, let's not forget, is the Epiphone Les Paul Special Lite. If you want to post you know, if you have more information than I was able to glean on this, then please feel free to post it in the comments. And you know, if you can do that, I'll pin that comment, and you know, for the benefit of the people watching this video. And there you go, folks. That is the little Sunday video for today, looking at this Epiphone, very, very generously donated to Zoes Place by Chris. Thank you, Chris. You're a gentleman and a scholar. And as I say, that's the video for today, folks. Hope you found it relatively entertaining. And if that's the case, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so. And why not give me a like while you're at it? As always, don't forget the live stream every Friday, 5 p.m. UK time, where we drink beer and talk music and guitars and all manner of other stuff. What a fantastic way to kick off the weekend. I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.